Hello. Both the science and the economics are clear. Climate change presents a significant risk to both businesses and society. It is a global problem which requires a global solution. The consumer goods industry is very well placed to show leadership and drive positive change for the benefit of the planet and its people. Our members here at the Consumer Goods Forum understand the role they need to play and are committed to taking action. Our board has decided to focus on 3 key areas where we can have an impact: deforestation, refrigeration, and waste, both food and solid. Let me start with deforestation. It accounts for 20% of all greenhouse gas emissions. Imagine an area the size of Belgium. Now imagine that area stripped entirely of its trees. That is the amount of forest that gets lost every year. Although the causes of deforestation are complex, it is generally acknowledged that the biggest drivers are the cultivation of soy and palm oil, the logging for the production of paper, and the rearing of cattle. All of these commodities are major ingredients in the supply chains of most consumer good companies. For example, 40% of supermarket products contain palm oil, including chocolate, bread, shampoo, cookies, the list goes on. Our member companies drive the demand for these commodities and have an opportunity to ensure that the sourcing of these ingredients does not contribute to deforestation. Therefore, the CGF board approved a resolution to achieve zero net deforestation by 2020, which is less than 1,000 days away. So we need to accelerate the responsible procurement of these commodities so that we make deforestation a thing of the past. Second, refrigeration is a significant and growing source of greenhouse gas emissions. Hydrofluorocarbons, HFCs, are 1,400 times more potent than carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas and represent 1.5% of total warming potential today. And they are expected to increase by 2050 unless action is taken. Back in 2020, the CGF members made a commitment to tackle the growing impact of synthetic refrigeration system. And in a move to sustain momentum, the CGF's board announced a second refrigeration resolution in 2016 to continue the phase-out of HFCs and call for the inclusion of HFCs in the Montreal Protocol. This proposed amendment was included in 2016, a huge step towards the global phase-out of harmful HFCs. It is worth noting that the benefits of phasing out harmful chemical refrigerants are not just environmental, but economic too. When implemented at a scale, an HFC phase-down will have huge impact, offering one of the most cost-effective climate mitigation strategies available in the world today. Thirdly, food loss and waste, enormous environmental problem, social and economic as well. A third of food calories produced are never eaten. It represents an economic cost to the global economy of close to $1 trillion per year. Food waste is also responsible for adding 3.3 million tons of GHG emissions into the planet's atmosphere. Given the magnitude of this issue, the consumer goods industry is committed to food waste reduction. In mid-2015, our board approved a resolution to halve food waste within the individual operation of its 400 retailer and manufacturers members by 2025, and to support the UN goals on this issue. Central to our resolution was the aim to set a clear benchmark for food waste arising today, and also to set measurable goals to reduce food waste in the future. In 2017, we issued a call to action to simplify and standardize food date labels globally. Consumer education is key to helping consumers to better understand what these date labels mean. Finally, our work on plastic waste is picking up speed. Over the last 10 years, we have produced more plastic than during the whole of the last century. 95% of plastic packaging is single-use, and the rate of recyclability is very low compared to paper, steel, or glass. A large amount of plastic ends up in landfills and regrettably in rivers and ultimately in the sea, creating a major threat to our oceans. Our work on plastic waste continues to develop, and our board has agreed to collaborate with the Ellen MacArthur Foundation and the Ocean Conservancy through its Trust-Free Seas Alliance on the role our industry can play in supporting a circular economy. Industry progress in this area is evolving very quickly. Watch the space to hear more about our project soon. At the CGF, our members are industry leaders, implementing strategies to drive positive change on a global scale. The good news is that implementation is now easier in Japan. We now have a fully functional local steering committee on sustainability, as well as working groups on food and solid waste, palm oil, and refrigeration, which are engaged in creating and implementing concrete actions across the industry in Japan and beyond. This will make it easier for you to get involved, to become an active member, and to help to solve these critical issues for the industry. If you're interested in joining us and becoming a more engaged member of the Consumer Goods Forum, please get in touch. Thank you very much.